Now let's take a look at the write. We've done a lot of read. Let's look at write. You can do almost all you do with read. You can use seek. You can use tell. The write mode is W plus to read and write, WB for binary, WB plus for binary read write. The write operation will overwrite a file if it exists, and if not, it creates a new one. I have a file here called my file text2. It contains all this. Okay, so that's the file I'm going to use. So let's just start, writing it out the way we write out. Like I said, it's always good to use the with so that the computer can help you do the closing. So I'm going to say file 2.txt, and then I'm going to put it in the write mode as file. So I want to write into this file. So the command for write is write. So I'm going to write record on line 1, write another one. I did a mistake. I was supposed to type my file 2, but I typed file 2. Write will create another file. So you need to be careful so that you would not make a mistake of writing to a wrong file. So you see right here, it created another file. I was intending to work with this file, but because I'm using write now, I'm using write, and write is going to create another file if it doesn't find that file. So right here, if you check file, it has record on line 1, record on line 2. It has it all together because that's what it's going to do. I didn't put a line break. So if I want to put a line break, I can do this line break. So with the line breaks, you'll have your code this way. So I'm just going to work with the file 2.txt. Now, if I create another file, do another read, that is, I close it and I create and open up another one, and I say 4, 5, 6. What do you think it's going to do? Now, as long as the file is opened, it's going to open it and write in this, and this. But at this point, the file is closed, and then we opened it again. And then we wrote this, and this. So what do you think it's going to do? Is it going to be record 1, 2, 6, or what do you think? Okay, let's look at it. It only has record 4, 5, and 6, because when you use the write, it opens. It looked for the file you want to work with, and then it overwrite the file. So right here, initially we had 1, 2, 3. The moment we created this one, it overwrote what we had in this place. Okay, let me do it one more time. Let's put it back to the normal file and check what is. You see, it says record number 1, 2, 3. Now, if I now do this, is going to overwrite it because I have closed it and I'm opening it again. So, and with the overwrite, you're going to see record 4, 5, 6. Now that's different from if I let me take all this up now. Now, because it's opened, and highlight this, because it's all under one open command, it's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what it's going to show here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to write it out under that one command. But the moment it opens it again, is only going to show you those records 4, 5, 6. So that's how the write operation works. So apart from using the write operation, we also have the read write, that is the W plus. I'm going to do W plus here, and that means I can write and I can read at the same time. I can come here right now and say file. Okay, I'm just going to print it out. Print out file.read. You know how file.read does. So it's going to read out what is here. But the thing is actually not showing anything. If you look at the file here, it has all the stuffs in it, but right here is not showing anything. If you remember what I told you, while it was writing, it started writing from here. It wrote this one. Just look at the cursor. Wrote this, and then wrote this. Sorry, wrote out this one, and now the cursor is here. Now, when you try to read, you're reading from the last point where the cursor is. Let me print out file to tell us where the cursor is. The tell command is telling me that it is 108. That is at the end of the file. So what do you think you will do right here to be able to read all the files out? Simple. You got it. Just say seek back to 0. That is after writing out all this, the cursor is here, return the cursor from here to this place, then you read. So seek to 0, you see it has all the output. So you need to be careful while you're doing your read write. You need to seek back to where you want to read, or back to where you want to write.
Read plus also works like write plus. It overwrite the contents of the file. Now right here we have file2.txt, and in file2.txt we have this content. This is file2.txt here. Just to make it intuitive, I want to put a print command here that shows file2.txt. If I want to rewrite this content again, I want to open this file again and write back into it. I'm going to pick this, and I'm going to say file2.txt again, so you can see it right here. So what I just did right now is I opened file2.txt and I added all this content to it. I read it, and this is what it shows. It opens up this to this point. You will see in file2.txt will be all this content. Then again, I closed it, I reopened it again. File2.txt already contains all this, and then I did a write again. Now this time, because I did a write again and I only wrote in one content, what you will see is that it will only contain this. It's going to overwrite, it's going to replace everything in file2.txt to this. If you open file2.txt, you will only find one record. The difference between using the read and the write plus is that for read plus, it's not going to replace everything. It's only going to replace the number of lines that are changing. Let me change this to say the content that is replaced to side 1. Now right here, using the write, you can see the content changes to side 1. That's the only thing that will be in file2.txt. But if I change to read plus, you can see right here, it has all the contents. All these contents are there. And then it changes only the lines, only the number of characters that are here. SIDE space 1. That's what it changes. It changes only this one, and then of course the /n is to do a new number, a new line. So right here you'll see it came down to a new line and then wrote out the rest of the content. Let me take out the new line so you'll see. Maybe that will make more sense. Now I have only side 1 in this place. So you see it wrote out side 1, replacing only those characters. If I do another one, side 2, it's going to just be replacing only those characters. The last file mode is the append mode. The append mode allows you to append to a file, append and also read and write, and then append binary. Same thing with append binary, read and write. The difference in this is that when you have a record, whatever record you have, let me highlight this so I can have only this code here. When it is a read starts from the file pointer 0. It starts from here, more like cursor starts from the beginning. If you're doing a write starts also from the beginning. But if you are doing an append starts from the end of the file at this point. Let's check this out in this example. I'm going to change this to just A. This is to read. This is to append. If you see here, there is an error saying it is unreadable. This is because if I have just A, it can only append, but I can't read the file opened. I can't read the file, so I need to check the file. It has done what it needs to do, but I can't read the file. If I want to read the file, it has to be A plus. So look at it here. I just added side 1. This is what I added here. I did this, all this, then I added a new, I wrote in a new line, which is side 1. Like I said again, if it was a read, it's going to be overwriting from here, from the beginning. But being a write is going to start from the end of the file. That's the difference between the two. That's the difference between the two. So let's use the A plus, the append plus, so we can see our outputs here. And so with the A plus, I can seek and read the content. I can read the content also. So A plus, as you can see right here, it has side 1, adding side 1 to the last item in file 2.txt. If I add another one here, it's going to add side 1 and side 2. It will keep, populating the content of the file. I did it this way so you can, just get a grasp of it. So you wouldn't make this error. If I take out this code, if I take out this code now, you would notice every time it runs, it adds a new item. So it looks at what is in file 2. Right now, this is what is in file 2, side 1, this content. And if I run it again, it's going to add these 2 items again to the content. So let me run it again. You see, it adds, this is generally what it does. It keeps adding item, populating the item using the add plus, using the append plus.